Hello and welcome. Today I've got this Mellif 20-volt brushless cordless impact drill. The people at Mellif reached out to me and asked me could they send me some of the stuff to have a look at, to give them a review. I don't normally like doing reviews for companies, but I just relented because Mellif are a copy company. They copy some of the yellow and black tools, you know. I'm not particularly into the copies. However, some of their novel items, like the paint sprayer they sent me over a year ago, I find that good. Some of the soldering iron as well goes in the Dewalt battery. It's sort of a novel item that they're not copying, they're doing their own thing with, though it does fit the Dewalt batteries. This is the Gen 2 Pro. It's the brushless cordless impact drill. It's MF-C3221. It's 2-speed, it's got a metal chuck, it's got anti-kickback, which is interesting. 85 Nm of torque. Speed control, you'd expect that, and a whole pile of other information, LED light, whatever kind of stuff you would expect, you know. But we'll get it out of the box and have a look at it. See the little seal here. People watching wonder why this is 20 volt and why it says 18 volt on our Dewalt batteries over here in Europe, you know. 20 volt and 18 volt are the same as far as power tools are concerned. But anyway, I digress. We'll take this out and have a look what we got. Feels nice and chunky. It feels better than I thought it would, to be quite honest with you. It's got nice smooth selectors, brushless motor, metal chuck. That's a biggie. That's very important that it is a metal chuck, in my opinion. It has 3 connectors. That's interesting. If you compare it with the nearest comparison that I can present with the labels way, this is a DCD796. The chuck's already been replaced. But what I'm going to show you is the connectors in the bottom. That's got 3 connectors and that's got 4. So that's interesting. This is the nearest comparison I can sort of present, because this is not an exact copy of a model of a Dewalt drill, even though it fits Dewalt batteries, you know. So here we go. To demonstrate the anti-kickback that it has. I don't think there's any way to turn that off. No, there's no way to turn that off. It's there, and it's always there. This is my first reaction. Even at speed 2, it doesn't feel that fast. I was curious about the low power in this, but there's actually 2 modes in this. There's actually an ordinary little mode there, and there's a turbo. That's a bit better. It is an improvement, there's no doubt about that. That's basically nothing there. But is it enough? Is it enough? It mightn't be too bad. Here we are, we'll give it a bash here with a 3-inch staking screw. We'll give it a go. Speed 2. Drill mode, yes. We'll see how it does. Pretty good. So here we are. We have speed 2, drill mode, and this old Dewalt DCD785, an old brush thing. This should be completely crap now. Didn't cut out in speed 2. Let's try it again. I'll try the Mellif again with the same battery, because the other battery I was using it on got a bit low. So we'll try on speed 2 again with this. Here we are, speed 2, drill mode. We'll just go here. Not bad, not bad. That's speed 2 drill mode, that's okay. yeah, I had a few practice holes there. The only other thing we can do now is open it and see what's actually inside this thing. See what it looks like. Not being a tradesman, just being a keen amateur repairman. This is more my wheelhouse, you know. Looks reasonable off a little brushless motor there. It's not the worst. This probably invalidates the warranty. But you know, I didn't pay anything for this, so I'm not going to get my money back anyway. So it doesn't matter. Right. Here's where we're onto the goodies now. This is the telltale now. I like the little brushless motor. Not so sure about the gearbox. It's nice that it has a metal chuck. This switch is functional. It's okay. There's a nice little sealed controller there. I have to give them props for that. I have to give them something for that. The casing's not bad. Some of you guys could understand what that is. It's not just complete. It's not just completely horrible. No, it's good enough, like, for a budget drill. So here we are. This is the inside for this model here, the DCD796, which is probably the closest direct comparison that I can find. It's not a direct copy, and you can see the wires are going into here. This is the controller and all here, but this is a separate controller, which is not a bad thing. That's in the bottom, and it can probably help out keep cool. And the switch is probably no worse. I don't know. However, I just think if you could buy one of these for, let's say, £79, and you buy one of these for £59, is it worth making the compromise and saving that £20? Is £20 enough of a difference on something like this to make the difference? That's the question you need to ask yourself before you buy this. Right, with this back together, I got to ask myself a few questions. And the real simple way of saying what I like about the Mellif. What I like about the Mellif. I'll say what I like about the Mellif brand first of all. Mellif brand is pretty good overall for what it is. I like when they have novel products that the likes of Dewalt don't do. That'll piggyback in Dewalt's battery platform. That's pretty neat. Paint sprayer, soldering iron, to name but two. But do I like this Mellif? I like some things about it, some things less so. The things I like about it is how it feels. It's a nice little chunky drill. It's got the anti-kickback. I suppose that's a plus. It's got the turbo mode. I thought it had no power at the start, but it actually is a turbo mode, which is reasonable enough. I don't know if it's got 85 Nm of torque. It's got probably maybe as much as entry-level Dewalt anyway. I like the fact that it's got a brushless motor and a metal chuck. The variable speed in the drill. not bad. Yep. Can it do the job? I would say yes. It'll do the job for DIY round the house perfectly, good enough. Would I take it to a building site? Absolutely not. Would I buy it over a Dewalt that's £20 dear? I can't say that I would. It's definitely a good effort from Mellif, but that's my only concern. Does it fit into the market? If you've only got £60 to spend on a drill and you want one for around the house, I suppose it would do. But yeah, that's a Mellif 20V cordless brushless impact drill. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and check out my channel for all my other videos.